Alright, so we're going to start by clipping up this footage. I do so by clicking and dragging this over to video 1. And what I want to see is all the frames. So there's this little button. It's located right here. Click this and say show frames. Now, this is some footage of me walking through 3 classrooms and turning on the lights and yada yada yada. This is only an example on how to clip up footage and how to move them around on the timeline, how to separate the audio, etc. and so forth. So, we're going to make one more complex than this, but for right now I want you to work on this one, and then we'll take flip videos and go video some stuff and then bring it in and then edit it that way. Okay? So we're going to learn the tools, the interface, and the navigation first. So you notice there's 3 video tracks. Okay? We primarily use video 1 for a while. And here's all my audio tracks. What I want to do is eliminate my audio. So I'm going to click on it, right click, go to unlink, off click, and then click in the bottom MP4 and delete it. There we go. So now this clip has no audio. Alright, so the idea here is to get Jason all the way through all 3 classrooms without any distractions. Okay. Here's the zoom tool. You can notice now that I zoom in, I can see more and more frames. Okay. Right here, I look at the doorknob. So what I'm going to do, and that's 15.19 seconds in. What the time is arbitrary though, however. You got to get a feel for this stuff. So what I want to do is get to this area, and then there is tools. They're located over here. I just can't see them. Which is weird. There we go. These are my tools. You know what? I'm going to put my tools there we go. Dock and option panel. So now my tools are located up here. So I'm going to use the razor tool. Sometimes the tools are also docked over here. I'm going to just clip this footage. And you'll notice in the footage, I take a turn here. And I start looking around, and then going back and seeing the handle right there. Well, all that was a distractive thing. I don't need it in the footage, so I'm going to cut it here and use the black arrow. Click on this footage and delete it. Let's see how that looks. I'm going to play it. There was a slight hiccup, and that's about it. Okay. Well, here's the story. The door's locked, so I have to go back and get the key. If I continue to play this, you'll find that I go back to the door and unlock it. Right about here. Let's cut this footage and see what happens. Okay. Now, let's rewind. Let's go back. I go to the door, I check it. Okay. Instead of go to the door and checking it, I want to go to the door and unlock it. I want a smooth transition between these two. So it's going to take a little bit of time, but what you do is cut out the old footage and keep gene splicing it together until you have something that flows. I'm using the space bar to play. Right there. Let's clip the footage here where I touch the handle and start turning the knob. Alright, well, when I walk into the next classroom, it's dark. Okay, so what I do is I go over to the light switch, turn it on, go back, then I touch the handle again, right here. Okay? I'm going to clip that. Take this clip out and move this over. Okay, let's see it play. Slight hiccup. Nice. Couldn't even see it. And there we go. Now, if you want to move two clips down at once, I can go like this and highlight it out. If I ever need to get that footage back, I can pull these. So what I'm doing is dragging this out a little bit, just like that, if I ever want to get the footage back. Okay. And the mission here is to trim this up and blend it together. Now this is an art in itself, really. It takes some time. That looks good. I mean, I'm not a perfect cinematographer after all. Okay, opening the door, and voila, it is now bright. Well, in the next video, we have another sequence that we have to go through. So there's another door. Okay, so just like the first door, I touch the knob and I go into a sequence. I'll continue this in the next video, but you should be able to actually do this yourself at this point.